Looking down at you as you make your final stand. It didn't have to end this way. You didn't have to force my hand. And I am Overt Flow. Let's get on a sniper roll. What's up, guys? It's Overt Flow. And before we get the start off, I gotta say that I love you guys, but also my last video that I put up yesterday, I believe that its sub box failed, so I'm going to link that in the upper right hand corner of the screen, and it will be out of the way so that it will not obstruct your view of the current gaming situation going on thing, so that you can still see everything that's going on. Also, I did something that I never do. I saved up like 5 gameplays in advance because I just happened to be playing, and so I saved up 5, which I never do. Normally I get the gameplay the day I put it out, but I decided to get the gameplays all one time. I don't know why, I just decided to do that. So I decided to do that. So this is a gameplay that I saved up from one of those days. The other ones are Black Ops gameplays, but I just thought it was cool that I did that. It's the first time that I ever did that. Gets really confusing. I don't know how people do it because I don't even know which videos were the ones that I record. I don't know, whatever, I figure it out. Anyway, guys, this is a nice little Brett 50 cal with the heartbeat sensor, of course, because I like the way it looks. It's very blue and nice and shiny, and I snipe, so hey, it's what it do. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about KD versus win-loss. And did I already say it? Yes, I did. Make sure you guys go check out the video in the upper right-hand corner because it seems like you guys didn't get it in your sub box. I got a few messages saying, "Oh, I didn't get this in my subscriptions." Blah blah blah. Doom bang. So I decided to link it so that you guys can watch it. Make sure you watch it. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Also, I wanted to say, is there anything that I want to say besides what we're going to talk about? Let me think. I thought I had something to say. Oh, I need help, you guys. Please, I'm sure that you guys know about this. My cousin is going to download FrostWire to get free music. Does FrostWire, I guess it's like the cousin of LimeWire. I never really messed with either of them, but does FrostWire download viruses, or is FrostWire safe? Do you guys use FrostWire? Please let me know. I'm really interested in knowing, and it really would help me out a great deal, and I would probably hug you. I would. Now, just so you guys know what's going on, I'm about to go eat with my girlfriend. I'm already ready to go, but I had to get this commentary to you guys because I love you, and I want to provide you with active uploading because, you know, I think that you guys definitely deserve it. You definitely deserve to have me upload as much as possible, you know, every day, once a day, once an hour, once a minute. Hey, who knows? A lot, just a lot. Oh my goodness. And now we're gonna get on the subject of KD versus win-loss ratio, and here's how I feel about it. And I picked a rather strange game to do it in because I don't. Oh my gosh, an 8-kill streak! Oh, I'm so good. I love the way he runs with those. Watch, next time I run with those, I'm gonna sound hilarious. Ready? This is what it reminds me of every time you run with the akimbo shotguns. Next time, watch. Hold on, let's see if I take him out. Do I take him out? Oh, I guess I fly! Oh my gosh. As for win-loss ratio and KD, I personally get a lot of flack, if you will. Didn't it look like he was running like that when he had the shotguns out? Didn't it look like it? No, but didn't it look that way? I thought it looked that way. I'm not entirely sure. I could be 100% wrong. Anyway, guys, as far as that goes, I personally get a lot of flack because of the fact that I have such a high KD, but my win-loss ratio isn't great. So I have about a 0.5 win-loss ratio on, you know, all of my accounts. Every single account I have, my Xbox One and my 2 PSN accounts, both have about a 0.5 win-loss ratio, but high KD ratios. And here's my take on the whole thing. It's great if you have both. Yeah, that's fantastic. We're going to cover KD first. If you have a high KD, and we're not going to say people who aren't legit, because what I'm talking about is legit players that have a high KD. If you have a high KD and a low win-loss ratio, generally, in my opinion, what it means is you're probably a good player, you got good reaction time, or you're strategic with the way you play. Most likely you're a very good player if you have, you know, a high KD, but you have a low win-loss. We'll say, you know, I know a couple people with a 3 KD, but they have low win-losses, and generally, in my view, this is what I think. I think of it as, oh, they're probably good players, they probably play solo a lot. Because personally, I have a high KD, but because of the fact that I play solo, generally, hey, my team doesn't win, it doesn't win. Or there's also the fact that I do leave games a lot because I generally, there's a few maps that I like. I'm very specific and picky about my map choices, and if it's not the map I like, hey, I might just back out of there because, hey, if I can't get on a streak on a map I don't like, first of all, I don't want to play that map, so hey, why should I? And I'll back out, but it counts it as a loss towards my record, you know what I mean? And also, you guys, I never play in a party. Hardly ever am I ever in a party, so I'd say maybe about 5% of the time, if even that. And so, really, I'm with a bunch of randoms, and sometimes they really are random. But it makes it almost like a 1v9 because I play ground war. If it's one good player against 9 coordinated players, who's gonna win? The 9 coordinated players, and that's just how it is. And as far as, I don't look down on somebody with a low KD. I don't look down on somebody with a low win-loss. Hey, everybody's a player, and that's how it is. And if I have a high KD, that probably means I'm very good at taking care of myself. Win-loss, hey, who knows? Because I've had games where I have 70 kills and, 10 flag defenses, and yet we still lose. How does that happen? I don't know. And now, as far as win-loss goes, and that's all I have to say about KD, leave it in the comments below. I'm covering it rather quickly because I don't want to take up too much time, but definitely feel free to leave your opinions and your thoughts on it. I'm always interested in knowing what you guys think about it. I really love reading every comment, every message, every like. I read the likes. Yeah, that's pretty cool, I know. Anyway, guys, I wanted to sing this because I saw it in a comment. I flow, you flow, we all flow with overt flow. I just thought it was a funny comment. Anyway, guys, as far as win-loss ratio goes, here's what I think. I've seen so many people that I talk to, and generally when people look down at me and they say you have a low win-loss, generally I'll say, do you play in a party? And they say, yeah, all the time. Well, here's what I gotta say about that. If you play in a party, your win-loss should be good, because I've seen guys with 0.9 KDs, not saying a 0.9 is bad, 0.9 is average. I've seen guys with 1 KDs, 0.9 KDs, but they have like a 5 win-loss, and that's because they constantly play in a party. And the fact of the matter is, if you take 9 players, mediocre players, 9 average players, and you put them in a party and they can coordinate their attack and all that, yeah, they're gonna beat out a team of solo guys, you know what I mean? And that's just how it is, and that's what it is, you guys. So, in my opinion, I believe that KD is a personal stat, whereas win-loss is a team-based stat. And that's really more of a fact than anything, because you can't have one guy on the team. He cannot really carry the team unless it's something like Team Deathmatch. If I was to play Team Deathmatch all the time, or if I was to play something like free-for-all all the time, my win-loss would probably be a lot higher, because honestly, with staying as humble as possible, even though this won't sound humble, when I play free-for-all, it actually is, it's very humble, because this is just a fact. When I play free-for-all, I come in top 3 every match, and that's how it is. If I played free-for-all all the time, I would probably have a very high win-loss ratio and a high KD to go along with it, so nobody would be able to say anything. And but that's because it's a solo effort. Whereas on a team, you definitely, if you want to get the win, your teammate really has to work together. Because sometimes I play domination, I see a guy, I'm a sniper, so I like to defend the flags, but sometimes I play domination and there's a guy next to me with like an MP5 and he just camps in the corner of the room. Like, really, guy? You can't go out and cap flags? When I use it as a submachine gun, I go out and cap flags. That's what I do. It's what I does. It's what I get. That's what happens, you guys. And that is just how it is. I don't know. But I've seen guys with very high KDs and very low win losses. Here's my thoughts on that, just to summarize it a little bit. High KDs, low win losses. Probably a good player. Probably plays solo all the time. Fair enough. You can't hate on the guy, you know what I mean? Because playing solo is something that's a little bit hard to do, especially with getting in a game that's already ended, or getting in a map that you really hate, or getting in a game where there's a blackbird and dogs out. How can you expect somebody to continue on with that game and win by themselves? It's really a very high expectation, and I don't expect anybody to do it unless maybe I don't know. Unless maybe you're really, really good. You could be really good. I'm not. Who am I to say? I don't know. But if you have a high win-loss and low KD, or average KD, or whatever it is, I think that, hey, maybe you play, or probably for sure, you play in a party all the time. That's just how it happens. That's a team-based stat, more or less. And if you have high KD and a high win-loss, my assumption is you either play free-for-all, and you're very good as a player, or maybe you play with the team all the time, because generally that's what happens. People party up, they play with the team, and generally they're a lot better. And that's just how it is, you guys. Not necessarily a lot better, but their team wins more often because of the fact they're with the team. And that's how it is, you guys. You run in parties, generally your win-loss will be higher. You run in solo, then hey, maybe your KD will be higher. And that's how it is. I personally, I don't really care what stats say. More or less for me, if I run into just a solo player, just judging a player individually by himself, more or less I'll go with his KD, because that kind of that really what I'm looking for a word. I was looking for a fancy word, you guys. It's not coming out right now, but it really definitely summarizes his reaction time and his gun skill, and that a little bit more so than, you know, other stats, in my opinion. Because somebody with a high KD, if you go into the game with them and they're playing solo, probably get dogged by the end of this game, which would be a terrible thing. High win-loss, unless they're with their party, sometimes it won't happen. Anyway, guys, that's just my thoughts. I don't judge anybody. I love all you guys. I love you. I'm gonna go eat. I am Overt and out.